Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great evening. I'm going to do my best to keep this to about 45 minutes if possible. I'm very excited to be sharing with you. I'm Ashley Diette from Chesapeake, Virginia, and I'm a Gold with Young Living. I've been using the oils for about 10 months, and I can't wait to share with you. So before we get started, I just want to take a moment and take a little whiff of joy. I'm gonna put a drop in my hands. Go ahead and just smell this. It's uplifting. I'm going to talk a little bit about it later on, but I just going to put some right here. Just put all three of my kids to bed. So if you hear any noise in the background, it's them not really getting with the program. So again, I'm going to do my best to go through why you use essential oils, how to use essential oils, and then of course talk about the oils in the premium starter kit that Young Living offers. So I'm going to go quickly through my story of how I got started. I was really looking at some non-toxic ways to make some household products really for my son's dry, irritated skin. My 3-year-old had just really rough patches. You can imagine, my doctor was giving me all kinds of things that contained a lot of petrochemicals and just coating him with those. And for me, it was a very difficult time because I really, it might sound silly, but I just didn't want that stuff on my kid. And so looking for some stuff to get rid of or replace those petrochemical-based products, those petroleum products in our house. And then I also have pretty severe scoliosis, about 56 degrees, and was really looking to some alternatives for pain medications. And I was taking maybe every other day, taking about 800 milligrams of Motrin and just looking to get rid of that. So I was very intrigued by the oils. For a long time, we'd gotten rid of chemical cleaning products and done a lot to get rid of toxins in our home, but I wanted to take it a step further. I've been cleaning with vinegar for years, and my husband hated the smell, so I wanted to look for something that not only cleaned, but it also disinfects, digested viruses, and it smelled good for our home. So just looking at major issues there, and I came across Young Living after researching two different companies that I just found some value in. And when I researched Young Living and found out the company was 20 years old and that their C2C guarantee I'm going to talk about, I believed it in my heart, and I just felt completely led by God to get started with the company. And I got started through my sponsor. I actually enrolled with her and through her blog, and I'm so happy that it led me on this journey and the lives that we're changing through our team. If you're not part of my Facebook page, it's Healthy in a Hurry, Essential Oils, and it's a great community where we are almost about 2,000 people just learning and growing together and learning all about God's medicine and the way that we actually are able to live in an environment that truly is toxin-free. And just so you know, I'm going to do my best. I have made myself a brief outline that I'm going to try to stick to because I can tend to ramble on and on. So I'm going to do my best to stick to some main points and go through that. So I apologize. I might pull it up. I have it laid over here from time to time. And if we were an in-person class, I would love to go around and introduce everyone and just learn more about why you're actually here tonight. But what I want you to do right now, I want you to really think hard. I want you to think hard about your environment and about your family, your friends, your neighbors, your workplace, your church, whatever community you have. I want you to think about what they use every day on their bodies, in their bodies, and on the surfaces in their home, car, desk. Think about what they walk on. Think about what they swallow. And I really want you to think about that, not to scare you, but I want you to think about people around you that could be impacted and truly changed for the better by the information you're going to hear. So get those in your head. It might be your kids, might be your parents, might be a friend. So get that person in your head. And I want you to think about it as we talk and think about how their life could be different if they knew this information. And if they were able to really rid their lifestyle of toxins, whether they be environmental, something that they are actually taking that might be helping them get rid of a chronic condition, or if it's just through their beauty cleaning products, stuff that they touch every day. So let's go ahead and get down to it. I am not a doctor. I am not here to treat, prescribe, diagnose, or cure. I am shouldn't say just I am a mom and a wife and a professional, and I'm here to share that with you, but I am not a doctor, and I want you to learn this information for educational purposes only, and take charge and control of your own health and your own decisions for those you love and for yourself, of course. So whatever the reason that you're here tonight, if it's immune boosting, getting rid of toxins, looking at natural remedies, or you're plain curious, I really hope that you'll have your questions answered, and I can't wait to hear what you like best from the next about 40 minutes with us. So let's go ahead and get right in. So for me, I really look at nature and around us. I'm a runner. I love to be outside. I am not someone that I would say, knew a lot about plants really before I dove directly into this wonderful career. But what I do know is I truly believe that God has created everything around us for our use and for our good. So when you think about trees and plants, flowers, when you think about things that He put on this earth for us, those really are His natural remedies for us. So I want you to think about that and have it in your head and just revel in the glory of that. And I want you to think also about how concentrated essential oils are. So they are highly concentrated. They're aromatic essences of trees, shrubs, herbs, grasses, resins, flowers, and they're greaseless. So essential oils, people always ask it, at the front, are they're oils, so they're greasy? Well, no, they're actually greaseless, and they do evaporate into the environment because they're very volatile and they have a tiny molecular structure. So that's unlike that coconut oil or olive oil that you might have at home. Those type of oils are going to be called our carrier oils that we'll go a little bit more into, but they're greasy, they don't evaporate, and they actually do go rancid or expire, unlike those pure plants and the essential oils that we're talking about tonight. So they are the lifeblood of the plant, and my example I always use in classes, and it might sound kind of cheesy to some of you, but as I always just think about when there's a thunderstorm and a huge branch of a tree is actually severed and falls off. Well, what happens is it doesn't just stay as an open wound on that tree. The sap goes there and it tries to regenerate and regrow the bark. Think about that power. The lifeblood of the plant regenerates, regrows, rejuvenates, and restores life to the area that has been damaged on that tree. Well, that's what essential oils do at the very cellular level in our bodies. There are very few particles that are small enough to cross that blood-brain barrier in our body, and essential oils are able to cross it. That means they not only do things like block cell receptors so we can't feel pain, but they actually cross the barrier and help restore life and help us get back to how we are originally supposed to function in our immune system, supposed to function at the cellular level, and get away from things like cellular mutation. Think about the implications of that. Today in our world, 1 in 3 people get cancer, and it's projected that it'll be 1 in 2 in coming years. Cell mutations. So their purpose is to help support our body systems. They keep our body clean, and they keep it protected and functioning as it should. So a great way to think of this is people are always confused about how to use oils. Well, the biggest beauty for me is that even if you don't know what you're doing at first, what I do know from my own personal usage is that whatever you're doing, if you're getting them into your body, onto your body, and in your blood system, you're actually restoring your cells, and you're helping with cellular memory, and you're helping eliminate toxins at the cellular level. So on average, each oil itself, so let's just look at 1 droplet of oil, 1 drop of oil. Excuse me, I'm going to drink some water with lemon in it, lemon oil. Each drop contains about 100 medicinal components, and new medicinal components are being discovered every day. I got to go and work on the farm in Idaho and harvest Idaho balsam for a couple weeks ago, and we learned a lot about the actual molecular structure and the molecular components that are in each oil. So let me be very clear. Not every oil is created equally. And a way that you can look at that is the medicinal components that are actually inside that oil. So the key to producing therapeutic grade oils is to preserve these delicate compounds, to preserve these molecules, and to keep them consistent throughout each and every drop that makes up your bottle of lavender oil. Great way to think about this is lavender is an adaptogen. I'm going to talk more about that. For some people, it boosts stamina. Some people it induces sleep. If you have a fake adulterated $6 bottle of lavender that maybe you buy from your health food store, it might help you relax, but does it act the same way in your muscle fibers? Does it help relax the smooth muscle? Does it help slow your mind? Is it able to actually adapt as it should in the natural state to all of your body's needs? So it's a really neat thing to look at the molecular structure and how that actually plays out when you look at it on a GC chart, which is something I can go into more later if any of you have questions. So each individual component comes together to make that one drop of oil. If there's any impurity or if there's anything wrong with the oil, it's not going to work the same way in the cellular level that it does or that it's intended to. Great example of that is peppermint. A lot of people find that it eases discomfort if they have a headache. Well, if you get something that's an adulterated peppermint that does not have the right molecules, it's probably going to smell like a candy cane and might give you a headache rather than make your headache go away. Lavender, if it helps ease, burnt skin or burns. If you take an adulterated lavender, you're going to make that 2nd-degree burn a 3rd-degree burn. So let me caution you now up front that everything I'm talking about tonight is pure therapeutic grade oils that are produced by Young Living and Young Living only. So that's a caution. Don't run out and grab anything that you can get your hands on. Really wait till the end and I'll tell you how you can get your hands on some Young Living products. So Young Living is the oldest and most trusted and well-respected oil company in the world. 25 plus years prior to the founding of the company of research, and we're the only essential oil company with our own farms. We have our own farms. Let's think about that value. You go to the farmer's market and you buy tomatoes from Martinsville, Virginia, you know that there's a farm in Martinsville, Virginia that you can ask that person where they got the tomatoes. So with Young Living, the seed to seal guarantee, if I am buying lemon oil, I know the farmer. What I mean by that is I know where that farm is, where they got the actual plant. We either own the farm or we lease them and have a co-op deal with some of them. But what I did learn in Idaho is that almost all, or over 90% of our own produced oils are kept, and then more around 50% of the oils that are at the co-op farms are tested, and if they don't meet our quality standards, we actually send them back and don't buy that batch. So it's pretty amazing, the quality and really that seed to seal guarantee. I would encourage you to visit that website, and from time to time there will be a shortage with the oil Melissa this year. There was an extreme shortage because of environmental standards, and it didn't meet their quality. And when something doesn't meet their quality, they don't skip. They don't skimp on that. They really, and I shouldn't say they, I should say we. I am part of Young Living. Any of you out there that are wholesale members, retail customers, you're part of Young Living, and we're part of a huge family that the mission is to get our hands on, or excuse me, get oils in the hands of every single family in the world. That is a huge calling, and I'm so happy to be part of it and so happy to be part of this company. Young Living is very open about their farming practices. They're organic, sustainable, and beneficial to the environment and many people around them. So for every tree they cut down, for example, they replant 2. And I hope you'll take the opportunity to go and visit Young Living Farm. I've had my hands in the dirt. I've had my hands on the equipment. I've had my hands on the horses. And I will tell you, we just simply don't pay enough for our oils. The process and the labor-intensive process they go through and the triple testing each batch, it's pretty amazing. Anyone can visit their farms. They are open, and they will allow you to visit them, work on them, bring your families there, be part of the testing process, the distillation, the harvesting. It is an unforgettable experience, and it's something that I just hold very valuable about my company. And a couple other things is they don't use any pesticides or chemicals on the farm. If something doesn't meet their quality standards, they use it as an herbicide and actually use that back on their own crops. So it's pretty amazing in that way. And something I also like to look at with them is they use the newest technology, and they definitely make sure the quality of their stainless steel distilling chambers are new, they're up to date, and they are actually able to be as efficient as possible. And then they actually take things that they have as waste materials and they either compost them or turn them into things like packaging for their products. So all around, the company is all about sustainability and about preserving natural resources as much as possible. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about how to use them. If you haven't taken notes yet, now is definitely the time to start. And this is usually the place where a lot of people get confused and a lot of people want to know, how do I use these oils? Because now that you've learned about Young Living, there's no doubt it's the best essential oil company in the world, and you should definitely want to know how to use these oils that you're going to get your hands on soon. So there are a few ways you can use them. And the first one really is the easiest one to understand, or it was for me at least, is that you can use it topically. And so when we say topically, we're talking about on the skin, also known as transdermal, and they're absorbed at a rate of about 26 seconds into your bloodstream. So when you put something on your body, so that Bath and Body Works lotion or that wonderful beauty product that you've used for years, when you put it on your body, it actually absorbs into your body in 26 seconds. So I know what I want on my body, and I trust Young Living. I trust the essential oils and how they work. So because they are absorbed rapidly into the skin, you want to make sure that you are looking at where you're putting them. They will reach every cell in your body because they have about 400 trillion million, yes, that's a number, molecules in one drop of oil. It's about the same as the number of cells in your body. But if you put it on certain places, it's going to get into your system a lot quicker and affect the body system or the organ system that you're trying to affect. So when you apply them, you can do it a couple ways. So say I have a rough itchy patch on my skin that I want to get taken care of and it has redness. So I might apply lavender directly to that part of my body and try and get that itchy patch going away. The other thing that we can do, and I actually have a little starter guide here with me. This is the same as the 400-page pocket reference that I do gift everyone, and I encourage my team to do the same when they join with me. But what this is about a 25-page starter guide that I just find is helpful to carry around with you, and I think it's really going to help you guys to see this. Make sure I have a good. So this is the VitaFlex foot technique. You have VitaFlex points on your spine, on your hands, on your feet, and actually around your ears. But what I want to really point out to you is that if you're trying to maybe get into the spinal area of your body or get into your brain, so brain is correlated to the big toe, you can use the VitaFlex points instead of trying to layer it over a certain organ or try to get into your body through ingestion, which we'll talk about later. I do encourage people that if they don't like the smell of something and they're using it topically, to apply via VitaFlex. You don't have to be a reflexologist or an expert on VitaFlex to just know where to apply oils on your feet. For my kids, for immune boosting activity, find it really easy to just go ahead and just slap the oil, slap thieves on their feet, slap some oregano on their feet, and I don't worry about where necessarily. I just worry that it's affecting their organ systems and helping boost immunity on them. We also have the biggest pores on our body. We have about 2,000 pores in each foot, so it's a great way to get into the largest pores in your body and help with rapid absorption. You can also bathe in oils, mix 10 to 15 drops with some Epsom salt, and then pour into the bathtub. You always want to use an emulsifying agent for baths. You do not want to put some peppermint oil and then get into the bathtub because it will burn. And I think y'all know what I'm saying. You don't want it to burn there. So there are a couple cautions with this and that I like to always go over. So you can put oils in the two places that you don't usually think of. So you can use them vaginally, and you would use them vaginally if you're trying to get rid of some feminine issues, putting drops of purification, as an example, on a tampon or a pad would help with any kind of infection that you might have. Also great to make a personal lubricant. And for actually using them rectally, the rectum is the fastest way to the lungs. So if you have some kind of lung infection you're trying to clear, it's a great way to use as a suppository. Or if you have someone who isn't able to swallow pills. A lot of people aren't able to do that. A lot of people that are, maybe they don't have a good swallow reflex, or maybe they're elderly, they're not able to swallow pills anymore, or they don't want to. It's a great way to actually affect their organ systems, their bodies rapidly and through a different orifice. The second way is inhalation. So inhalation, a simple way to look at inhalation is when I took the Joy earlier and I put a little bit into my hand and I smelled it, that's inhalation. So why would you want to do that? Think back. Think of your grandmother's house or maybe a neighbor's house growing up. What did it smell like? baked goods, maybe a certain kind of potpourri? And what feelings do you have as a result? I know for me, feelings are evoked by smell or just by recalling a sense of smell. So in less than a second, the oil that you're inhaling affects your limbic system, and it has a very powerful effect on your mood. So your limbic system is a deep part of your brain, and that's the seat or part of the seat of emotions. And if you want to affect emotion, inhalation is a great way to do that. So if you're really looking at affecting mood, direct inhalation is important. A few other things about inhalation. I always think the statistic actually sounds low, but over 75% of American homes use some sort of synthetic air freshener. Think nasty Glade plugins, think candles, think Febreze, right? I mean, we could just go over and over. So they're labeled fragrance. My favorite is natural fragrance. Okay, well, they all contain formaldehyde. Awesome. Formaldehyde is a known carcinogen. So when you see the word fragrance, it can have 300 toxic chemicals as part of that actual labeling. So they can put the word natural in front of fragrance. My favorite example that's similar is you think of fruit snacks, right? They say naturally flavored. Well, do they have any actual natural ingredient? Depends on what you're buying, depends on the brand. So really, I caution you to look at what's in your home and what you're using to fragrance your home and if it's affecting your family negatively. Formaldehyde is the #1 cancer-causing chemical. It's what our bodies are embalmed in. Why would you breathe that in if you don't have to? Are you working in a morgue? I hope not in your home. And tinting. Tinting is a way of using boiling hot water, putting it into a bowl, dropping some oils into it, 2 or 3 drops, then covering your head with a towel and actually inhaling it that way. And it's really going to help clear congestion, excellent for lungs, sinuses. And then the final way of inhaling is, for me, I know sometimes I can just take the bottle and not even use a drop of oil. I can just inhale it, just put it directly underneath my nose. I do that with Stress Away sometimes, and I instantly feel just my body calm down and relax. And ingesting. Ingesting is the third way. And I'm going to go back to talking about inhalation a little bit. Ingesting is when you're actually taking an oil and using it internally. You can get the therapeutic value by ingesting and living essential oils because they are, pure therapeutic grade oils. You can put them into empty veggie capsules and then take them as a pill. And because there's no synthetics and they contain only plant material, you know what you're putting in your body and you know that it's safe. You can add a drop to your water. Lemon's a great choice. I told you I'll have lemon water right here, and I'm sorry, I'm so thirsty. I keep drinking. It actually makes me drink a lot more water too. It's a gentle detox on your liver, and it's great to detoxify your body daily by just ingesting a minimal amount of lemon oil, maybe 1 to 2 drops, 1 to 2 times a day. And you always want to start slowly. Start with 1 drop, then maybe 2, and then at the maximum maybe go 3 or 4 over the course of a 24-hour time period. You can also add them to your coffee or tea. You can add them to your cooking. I love cooking with them because they are so powerful and potent. You can use just a tiny bit and it goes a long way. And let's talk a little safety. But before we do that, I just want to talk about the diffuser, which I unfortunately didn't bring mine out right here. But what the diffuser does is it's a great way that it's similar to inhaling, but you're actually able to cover a lot bigger of a space, about 200 to 300 square foot, so the size of a room, through this cool mist humidifier. Excuse me, I shouldn't say humidifier, it's not a humidifier, diffuser. I love using it because you can affect mood of everyone around. You can do things like digest mildew and mold. You can boost immunity by getting those oils to affect everyone in your home, or cleanse the air, cleanse the environment of toxins by actually diffusing. So it's a great way to make your oils go farther as well because, again, you only have to use a few drops in that diffuser. And that home diffuser is pretty amazing. It's worth over $100, and you're able to get it as part of the premium starter kit that I'm going to talk about. Let's talk safety. So I told you that you can use oils vaginally or rectally. What you can't do is put them in your eye. So if your eye is red and you're trying to get eye irritation out, you don't just dump the oil in your eye. And you can laugh, but people do it. So if you do get oils in your eye, you want to grab a fatty oil, which is a carrier oil. So a carrier oil is avocado, jojoba, coconut, even olive oil, sweet almond oil, all those things. you want to grab that carrier oil and you want to actually get it out as fast as possible. And if you don't have a carrier oil, you can grab a fatty substance like milk or butter. So the other place you can't use it is in your ear canal. So if you have maybe earache and you're using some lemon and purification around it, you want to put it around the ear, and even you can take a cotton ball, put a little tiny bit and put it into your ear, but never down the ear canal. Young Living sells some carrier oils, and I'm going to talk about why I would use them and really the reasoning behind that. So carrier oils, I use them a lot to really help my oil spread over a larger area. When I use Panaway on my back, I just use a little bit of carrier oil along with the Panaway to help it spread over my back, and it makes my oils go farther, and it also ensures that it doesn't feel hot to the touch, or not to the touch, just say hot on my skin, and really irritating maybe the nerve endings that it's touching, because it is an oil that might feel hot. And everyone's different. Some people can use them neat, which means directly on. Some people have to dilute. So diluting does not mean that you're diluting the effectiveness. Diluting simply means that it's making it last longer via time release, because that fatty oil keeps it on your skin longer than the 26 seconds, so it's absorbing at a slower rate. So now I could talk to you all day, or excuse me, all night about how to use the oils, why to use them, and why I'm so pumped and excited to be part of Young Living. But I won't. I'll go ahead and move on to our Everyday Oils Kit. So what are the basics you use every day? Think your kitchen. Maybe in your kitchen every day you might use milk, you might use butter, you might use some pepper, you might use eggs, depending on who you are. What do you use in the bathroom every day? Maybe wash your face, maybe brush your teeth, probably use deodorant, maybe you don't. You might wash your body, probably wash your clothes in the laundry room. I want you just to think through this more and more, what you use every day in the different areas of your home. So the Everyday Oils Kit is simply what most people could benefit from using every day in their homes as far as an essential oil regimen. And it's recommended that you really want to look at this as a total wellness package, because you want to look at getting rid of toxins in all these areas, not as in a rush, but you want to go ahead and be serious about it and look at these natural remedies and make sure your body systems are supported. You want to have optimal health. You want to be at the optimal performance for your kids, and the optimal performance for your job, and optimal performance for whatever it is that God has led you on to conquer in our world. So I would love for you to both smell these, but I'm just going to have to talk about them, and you hopefully can get with a friend and smell them soon, or I'm happy to visit you if you're around here. Lavender is the most versatile of all the oils. It is the Swiss Army knife of oils, and it's the most celebrated oil, historically speaking, because we know a lot about lavender. We're familiar with the smell of lavender. It's one of the safest essential oils and can be applied undiluted to the skin. It helps really with normal sleep. It helps clean skin irritations. It helps reduce redness. It eases body tension, soothes and relaxes our body, and really balances and supports normal functions because it is an adaptogen. So my favorite story about lavender, I have two, I can't help it. One is I have pretty severe allergies, and by using lavender essential oil along with lemon and peppermint, I am able to get my allergies under control very quickly. And I was so happy when I started using them in the spring. I had to use a roll-on I made of those 3 oils about twice a day, and by the end of allergy season, I was using it once every other day, and when fall came, I had to use it maybe once or twice a week. So pretty amazing. You can put it right inside of your nose, right in your nostril. If you're having a sneezing attack, or you can take a little bit off the top of the bottle, cheek swipe. Doesn't taste that great, but it instantly is going to make it your allergies, or excuse me, your seasonal sniffles calm down. Also, my son grabbed a hot cast iron pan with all 5 of his fingers on one hand, and it scorched his skin severely. By using lavender neat or undiluted on the skin, I was able to actually get all the redness and help with the skin regeneration within an hour. It was pretty remarkable, and it was normal by the morning. Peppermint is one that I love. I know it's a favorite of many people with digestive issues. One drop of peppermint delivers the punch. No, I keep thinking I'll pass them around, but I can't. Delivers the punch of 26 cups of peppermint tea. I mean, really, who wants to drink 26 cups of peppermint tea? You can just use 1 drop, so a little goes a long way. It's also a great one that you can use in cooking. I know I make a lot of peppermint infused baked goods. Peppermint brownies are fabulous, peppermint truffles. And it's great to help with regulating normal body temperature when you might be going and fighting off a sickness. Use that a lot with children and on myself to help really ease the symptoms and reduce that hotness you might feel. It's a cooling oil, so if you are hot, even from environmental factors, it's a great one to help cool you down. Great one to use with water on a spray bottle, mix it with water in a spray bottle and use in the summer if it's hot, if you're in Virginia or anywhere more southern. It's one of the oldest and most effective herbs for soothing digestion. So maybe you have a tummy ache or, maybe you have a diarrhea, all that stuff, you can use peppermint on your tummy or on your feet via VitaFlex points. It supports the efficiency of your digestion and it may improve taste and smell when inhaled. So that's a really cool fact. If someone has a weakened a weakened state of taste or smell, it can help strengthen that. And it may help with mental acuity. And for me, my story about that is it definitely promotes alertness for me. It's usually the one that before a class I would inhale. Before I work out every time, I like to put a drop in my tongue or inhale it. It really opens up my chest and makes me feel like I have a greater lung capacity. It also really just helps with mental alertness, acuity, helps me feel more on target, on task, and able to accomplish my goal for that workout. Helps with occasional gas, helps with occasional heartburn, and helps those minor aches associated with daily life. So that's going to be a soothing oil. My husband, I know, had some issues with acid coming up into his esophagus, and with the use of essential oil, specifically peppermint and lemon that we'll talk about next, he was actually able to get that under control himself. Lemon. Lemon is bright, cheerful, and it's just a beautiful smell. I always say that because lemon is one that when you get, you will be so pleasantly surprised at that fresh, crisp aroma that's just like a lemon, fresh squeezed lemon. And I love that about it because we all like to put lemon in our water. Well, let me tell you something. Young Living's lemon oil is cold pressed from the rind and not from the acidic pulp. So as you know, the nutrients and antioxidants are actually in the rind itself and not in the pulp. And if you have sensitive teeth like me, or if you have issues with your stomach, that acid's terrible for you. So using lemon oil instead of lemon juice actually helps repair that tissue damage and helps repair those issues with sensitivity or regeneration in your gums. So I want you to think about the beauty of that and how you can still enjoy it without that acidic side effects. It's full of antioxidants that have been linked to healthy immune system, and lemon will eat petrochemicals. Let me tell you about this. If you put lemon on styrofoam or in plastic, it will literally eat through that cup. Yeah, kind of scary. But the reason it's not scary is that nasty junk that's in your body, those petrochemicals, that BPA from receipts, that plastic microwave meal that you had last night, that you got some of that, plastic leached into the food and into your body. Anything you do with petrochemicals, they're into your body, they're coating your cells. And when the cell receptors are coated, communication is, it's diminished between your cells. When you have all that thickened cellular membrane and cell wall, all the good, wonderful antioxidants and that life-giving oxygen cannot get into your cells. And that nasty stuff, that cellular waste, can't get out of your cells. And that leads to increased issues all across our country that are health epidemics that we really can't figure out what's going on. And a lot of it leads back to the fact that we have toxins in us. We have petrochemicals coating our cells, and lemon oil can help get rid of that nasty junk in your body all the way at the cellular level. It also can support digestive efficiency, just as peppermint. It helps with occasional constipation, can help with occasional heartburn, and again, it is similar to peppermint in two ways. Digestive issues and increasing that mental acuity and concentration. Lemon is a great one to diffuse in the morning. It's bright, happy. It's a great one to promote alertness first thing. It's a great one also at the workplace to use. And it also has mood boosting effects. So it's a wonderful one all around. Drink it in your water, diffuse it, apply it topically if you have digestive issues. And again, gentle detox every day by ingesting that lemon in your water. Or if you have another way you'd like to, ingest it through tea or maybe in honey, you can do that as well. Frankincense. I do actually get this one out because you know what I love, love, love about frankincense? Frankincense was a gift for baby Jesus. Let me just tell you, when I got this oil, I was so confused. I was like, what am I going to use frankincense for? I mean, I clearly am not worthy of having it. Literally, that's what I thought. And it was, oh, that I'm used to it. I love the aroma of frankincense. Frankincense was more valued than gold during ancient times, and only those with wealth and abundance could possess it. I love the fact that I actually heard, I read, in the healing oils of the Bible, that frankincense was actually given to baby Jesus as a gift because it was the anointing oil for princes. It's amazing. And not just because it was valuable, because he was treated as a prince, and only the wealthiest people could possess this oil. It's actually a resin and not an oil. And how cool is this? Frankincense trees grow in rock, usually in or around caves in the Middle East. So of course it's valuable. It's very rare. It takes 12 months for the distillation process to occur, and it is amazing what you can use it for. It actually has a visual tightening effect on your skin, so it can help benefit older, more mature skin. I know I was really experiencing some of those maturing parts of my skin I didn't want to experience, so I used frankincense neat on several spots on my face and was able to get rid of them, and now I use it in my face cream every single day. I'm so sorry. So it helps with skincare. It is as versatile as lavender. It helps with redness, skin irritations. It's also similar to its lavender molecular structure in that it can be an adaptogen. And when used regularly internally or topically, it can aid in normal cellular regeneration. So who would benefit from lavender? Maybe someone who has abnormal cell growth. Maybe someone who also has emotional issues that are affecting their everyday function in life. A great testimonial I will give is of my dear friend that is a leader on our team, was going through a lot of trauma and grief that she was dealing with after a few years of really ignoring those emotions. She began using frankincense every day under her tongue, one drop, and her mood and her spirit and her drive improved dramatically within a 3-day time period. And it's been remarkable to see the changes in her and her confidence growing and really her flourishing without having to deal with those deep-seated emotions and issues that she had prior to trying the frankincense that way. So Melaleuca is our next oil, and Melaleuca is one that I will tell you I was using cheap adulterated tea tree oil, because that's what Melaleuca is, tea tree, to sanitize my diapers. And I would have to use 8 drops of it. I would dump it in the diaper pail and they would still stink. So now with Young Living's clean, fresh scent, I can use 1 drop and it is able to digest fungus and yeast, which nobody wants yeast and nobody wants fungus. I always think of toe fungus. I'm sorry if you're laughing when I say that, but it's gross, right? Nobody wants it. Well, this can kill it. And you want it to do that, right? Everybody needs it, because you never know when you have something in your house you might want to get rid of. And it also, as an everyday use of it, it's great for soothing sinus health, great for soothing the sinuses. So it's great for sinus health. And it's also a wonderful one for purifying acne-prone skin and cleansing it. I actually just got some on my hand, and I'll tell you, for some people it can be a bit of a hot oil. I actually have it when I make homemade. So we're just gonna kind of, it also is great if you have any white, crusty things that might get in your head when you have dryness during this time of year. Yeah, I know it's called dandruff, but it's embarrassing to say it. But I get a lot of dryness right here in the winter, and so I've been using Melaleuca at night. It's also a great one to soothe itchy feet. So again, anything that is cracked, itchy, I mean, if you think athlete's foot, if you think anything that's going to be itchy, it's a great one to use, and it's definitely one to use neat on acne if you have that on your face, or in your homemade face washes, face creams, things like that. Thieves is our next oil, and I'm trying to wrap up. See, I feel like I could talk forever, you guys, on each one of these oils, but Thieves, such a cool story behind this. Thieves oil is made up of clove, rosemary, eucalyptus, cinnamon bark, lemon. And I love the story about this. In the 15th century, there were all these robbers that were out robbing plague victims, so robbing the dead and the dying. And when they were apprehended, they were like, how are you guys alive? Like, what in the world? Everyone's dead, and you people are just robbing their money, robbing them, taking their money, and you're here. And they basically said, we're actually spice traders, and we made this recipe. So it's pretty amazing that, we lived, but we want you to know that, we knew what you're doing pretty much. So Young Living actually researched what was in it and the balance of that blend, and it's a one-of-a-kind blend that Young Living has with those 5 essential oils. So this proprietary essential oil blend is made to be immune boosting, and it's actually been university tested for its cleansing abilities and for its immune protecting properties. It's highly effective, and it's good at supporting your overall immune system, and it actually digests, which digest would mean eat, viruses and bacteria. It is your friend this time of the year. Thieves also is found in many Young Living products. I love the Thieves household cleaner. There's actually a whole oral care line. Thieves is great for mouth care and oral infections such as gingivitis, and it's a non-toxic way to fight germs. I use hand sanitizer I make from it. I actually make it, foaming hand soap out of it. I clean my entire house with Thieves household cleaner, windows, counters, floors, fruits and vegetables, mirrors. I use it everywhere, and I absolutely love it. So Thieves is one that I also use daily on my children and on myself to help boost immunity. So one that we get a lot of use out of in our household, and we love all the Thieves products as well and find a lot of value in being able to purchase those. Panaway does exactly what it says it does. It gets think of it as pain away. So I always laugh because I want to call it pain away, but it's Panaway. So it's a blend of 4 oils. It has clove in it, just as Thieves. It has wintergreen, helichrysum, and peppermint. So that sounds great, but let's talk about what those do. So those actually not only soothe pain, but they help regenerate the area that has the pain in it. So maybe you have pain that's related to a musculoskeletal issue, or maybe you have, pure joint pain, or maybe you have a tendon that's pulled or irritated, or some fascia on your body that's inflamed. So this wonderful oil will help soothe those issues, and it also helps with calming achy joints, which is an issue a lot of Americans experience, especially as they age, and also helps soothe growing pains. So this little pain miracle in a bottle is very powerful, potent. Again, 1 drop for me is equal to what I would have to use on a daily basis if I was using traditional remedies. Purification. Love it, love it, love it. All things stinky. Stinky shoes, stinky dogs, stinky laundry, stinky dinner. You can diffuse it if you're trying to get rid of a smell. It's also one that repels insects. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I use it with a little bit of water and make a spray on, or I use pure aloe vera gel, and it's a great one to use on your whole family. Coat them with it and keep those mosquitoes at bay. I use it on my animals as flea and tick repellent, and I love adding a few drops to my stinky gym laundry to help get rid of any mildew that could be growing and just get rid of the scent in general. It's also one that's great for cat urine. That's a hard odor to kill, and it will neutralize it. Paint odors, and again, when I said stinky shoes, if you have a kid with stinky shoes or maybe a spouse, it will help get rid of those in your home. It's also a great one that it's bright, happy, uplifting, and it's also excellent at digesting viruses because of the lemongrass that's actually in it. So it's lemongrass, rosemary, lavender, melaleuca, myrtle, and citronella are all the oils in that fabulous blend that we use all the time year round. The next oil, Stress Away. Stress Away does exactly what it says. It keeps the stress in your life away. Helps lower your cortisol levels, which is your hormone linked to stress, linked to tension. So it is a great one to have on hand. Diffuse it, breathe it, put it on your wrist, put it on your neck. Can also help if you're someone who gets very anxious or tends to have attacks that might inhibit your everyday function. I really like taking it with me when I'm going to be out with my kids all day. I used to, when I was a teacher, I wore a diffuser necklace and inhaled it constantly during the day. Contains copaiba, which helps soothe inflammation. Lime, smells like a margarita. Who doesn't like margaritas? Clearly it's uplifting. Ocotea, which balances blood sugar. What do we do when we want, or when we're stressed? We reach for sugar, so it helps with that issue and those cravings. Vanilla essential oil, which really helps with emotional eating. It actually inhibits those receptors in the brain that sense that we're full, so the satiety receptors. And the cedarwood, it helps you respond instead of react. So it helps us be proactive instead of reactive. The last oil is joy. And I started with this oil and I'm going to end with this oil. I will say there's a woman in my life that is, I won't say her name, but love her dearly. And with the help of Joy Essential Oil, she has literally been able to restore her sense of happiness and overall wellness, and feel more like things in her life that might be a little crazy are a lot more normal. And it's made her back into the woman she was before she had some trauma that really went on for her. And it's also a great one for baby blues if you're experiencing those, which happens a lot, about 30% of women. It's a great one to have on hand for that. And it's a wonderful one to diffuse. I like to cut it with lemon to kind of cut that florally scent. It's also great for cramps and during your menstrual cycle. It's a great one to help boost libido. And if you have a grumpy spouse, just diffuse joy, or like douse it on them when they walk by you. It does smell a little girly, and I'm sorry if that sounds sexist, but it definitely is a very strong floral aroma. It inspires romance, and I kind of mentioned that, and it will help overcome that deep-seated grief or sadness. This oil can be rubbed on your chest and over your heart, and also behind your ears, and is very uplifting. And bonus oil. So these are the everyday oils kit, but Young Living makes it even better. They will throw in Citrus Fresh for you, which is mandarin, orange, grapefruit, lemon, spearmint, excellent to diffuse, uplifting, bright, happy, helps purify the air and re-energize your brain. It's also yummy in water, so I love Citrus Fresh. I actually make a hand scrub that I keep by my sink, and it has some coconut oil, some Epsom salt, and Citrus Fresh, and it's a great one to get rid of that nasty dry winter skin on my hands, and helps keep me uplifted and energized during the day. So as part of your starter kit, you also get a couple samples of Ningxia Red. So Ningxia Red is the super drink. It is supercharged, it's full of antioxidants, and it's made from the Ningxia province of China, and it has, so Ningxia is similar to the goji berry, the Ningxia wolfberry, and it actually has 12 grams of protein in one serving. It's pretty amazing, and it provides a natural energy supply. It's great for helping with regular blood sugar. It's great for helping maintain normal blood pressure levels. It's great for normal eye health and tons of other things that it can help benefit. It comes single serving 2-ounce size in your packet, but they also have it in larger quantities and in glass bottles, and that's how we use it. So out of curiosity, for all of you guys sitting at home, how many of y'all said, you know what, I could use that? I could use at least 2 of those oils. How many of you guys said maybe you could use at least 3 of those oils? What about 5 of those oils? Can you see maybe why we've called these the everyday oils? I mean, I truly use most of these on a daily basis. And once you're comfortable with all these oils, you will pretty much be able to use all of them, and they can be they can be combined to be part of your life, not an add-on to your life, but integrated into what you already do. They can enhance fitness programs, be part of a detoxification program, deal with emotional healing if you need that, or be part of the recovery process if you are bouncing back from an injury or some kind of health issue. And they can also maintain hormone balance and normal health. So next I want to cover how you get your hands on them, because now we want to know, okay, well, here you have these great oils for us to introduce, but how do I get my hands on them? So I'm going to show you, I am going to show you a picture that I was going to screen share, but I'll go ahead and show you a picture of the Premium Starter Kit oils. So it's all these oils that we talked about, a home diffuser, 2 samples of Ningxia Red, and then a few sample packets to share with friends, and 1 roller ball that you can put on top of your on top of your oil, so you can use it on the go. And I recommend putting that on Stress Away. So some of you have already expressed interest. Prior to this, I actually had several messages. It's pretty neat. I had about 4 of them from people saying, okay, this is great, but how in the world do you share these with your friends and family? Because that's what I do for a living. It's what I do full time. So I just want to answer that question. So if you're not interested in the business, just sit tight for a few minutes and I'll get right back to you on how to actually buy your kit. Young Living is a network marketing, it is a network marketing company. And there's a couple reasons why Young Living chose this business model rather than any other one in the world. They're a network marketing company. We're part of this network marketing model because we believe that our products require more of an explanation. So instead of just buying the lavender, I'm here to educate you as part of this business model and be your advocate and your support system as you go along this journey. So it's not just this essential oil that you get and you're out. It's a community. It's us learning together, and that's what this business model does. If you didn't have enough education, you will learn that this relationship model will encourage you to develop more and more knowledge and more, really health in your life because you're getting rid of toxins. So Gary and Mary Young knew when they founded this company and when they created this network marketing model that this really is a business of relationships. And that's what we do by sharing with each other and by having people actually act as educators and health educators to spread the mission and vision of the company and of wellness throughout the world. So the cool part is you don't have to be an expert. You just need to be willing to share and willing to give the value with people, willing to talk to them about replacement buying. We tend to do this anyway. Like we love a book or we love a restaurant or, we love a teacher, we love a doctor. We refer everybody. So all you're simply doing is getting compensated for your referral. And instead of free advertising, getting paid for it, well, what could be better? You're not only talking about something you love, but you're getting compensated accordingly. So we're always looking for new leaders, and that really is what this is about, is we need leaders to help share and spread the word because we're growing at exponential rates, and we'd love to have people join us. So even if you're a little interested or a lot interested, we'll have another class about that. So go ahead and get registered, get your premium starter kit, and then we'll go ahead and talk about that another time, but I wanted to briefly touch on it. So how to enroll as a Young Living member. I'm going to link the video that my wonderful upline Crown Diamond made on the enrollment process. But what I would say to you is you're going to click wholesale member, and then you're going to go through and click premium starter kit to get started with the kit that I've talked about above. And the other way you can get started is as a retail customer. No one I know really does that, but you can pay full price. You can pick out, an oil and pay maybe $50 with shipping. Again, no one really does that, but if you do need to, I'm happy to work with you on it. So back to wholesale membership. When you join as a wholesale member, there is really an across-the-board discount that's pretty amazing. It's 24% on everything you buy for life. There is no monthly obligation, and the only annual obligation is that you have to spend $50 to keep your account active. A bottle of Thieves and a bottle of Purification together are $50. So I am sure I will be in touch with all of you that join, and you'll be rebuying at least $50 a year. And if not, you simply have to call and reactivate that account. The whole kit is worth over $300, but it's only $150. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's a great value. It's kind of like Black Friday shopping all year round, and I love that. And you'll find a lot of value in that. As a wholesale member, you do have the option to join our free frequent buyers club. It's called Essential Rewards. So once you get your oils, you might find that you want more of them. And you might find you want to build up your oily arsenal. You want to get some other products. The best way to do that is to replace products in your home, like your household cleaner or toothpaste or deodorant. And you can join the ER club. It allows you to basically accumulate points to use towards free product. Nothing's better than free. I love free. Who doesn't? I mean, I know one of my friends tonight just got an entire kit, the Healing Oils of the Bible, free because she saved up her Essential Rewards points. And you get flat rate shipping. So let's go ahead and get this wrapped up so you can get on and order and get on with your day. I know a lot of you want to add some more targeted oils for, something that you might have going on specifically. So you can also do that. I am happy to stick around and answer questions on the Facebook group. And if you have friends that could benefit from these amazing oils and you think that, maybe you could help them with this, that if you basically enroll 3 friends this month, you'll get your starter kit for free. So I'm going to leave you with that. It's a pretty cool tidbit to think about. Thank you for sharing your evening with me. And really, I want to thank you for being serious about this personal health journey and about ridding your home of toxins. I am so happy to be part of Young Living, and I am blessed to share this with you. Have a great evening, and looking forward to a lot of you joining our community at Healthy in a Hurry Essential Oils. Thanks.